climbed like this in a while. So let's see if my half lung can do it. I'll be honest, this is really hard. Hey guys, it's Irene from the Mythical Herbal. I am going to be climbing Seymour. Well, I already have, but you're going to now be watching me climb Seymour Mountain. And I'm really excited to be sharing with you a couple of myths from the top, as well as some information on the foliage here in Seymour Mountain. So it's a beautiful day. It turned out to be a beautiful day. This morning it was really cloudy and misty and very spooky, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Mount Seymour is a mountain located in the district of North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It is part of the North Shore Mountains, and its summit is 1,449 meters, which is 4,754 feet above the Indian River and Deep Cove. During the winter, it's a very popular skiing and snowboarding location for the locals, as well as in the summer, it's popular for its hikes. Part of the reason why I'm able to do what I do, and I just had heart surgery a year and a half ago. It's not because I just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna go climb a mountain, like right after heart surgery. That's not what I do. Oh my god, a bug just died in my eye. So before the fly just committed suicide in my eye, I was telling you guys that I actually have to train for this, because I can't just wake up one morning and climb this. Nobody can. Everyone always needs to train to push themselves further and further. So if you can't do this, don't be disappointed in yourself. It means that you haven't come across the right training yet, or maybe you don't even want to do this, and that's fine too, because there are so many other things in life that you could probably do better than me, but you still had to train for them. That's what I'm getting at. You have to train for everything. So I didn't just wake up one morning after heart surgery and say, I'm going to go climb Mount Seymour. Oh hell no. I did lots of biking, walking, running with the pack to then be able to do this. Maybe you're like an able-bodied person and you're like, I can do that just fine. Well, of course you can. Of course you can do this just fine. But you still had to learn patience, which is also a different form of training. Straight off the bat, when you get to the parking lot, you're walking all uphill to Brockton Point. It's along a riverbed. You're also through the forest and also on a ski slope. And you get to walk past a really cool little beautiful lake, and it's really pretty. That's what I just did. Holy cow. And now we're going up there. So it kind of flattens out. Flattens out. Once you get to Brockton Point, there's this lip up to the point that you can walk up, and if you choose not to, there's also a little detour around the point to get straight over to Seymour Mountain. So this is the view today. It was really misty and kind of spooky. Really, really beautiful on a clear day. Dudes! My dudes! Oh, we made it. Oh, look how beautiful this is. Dudes, we did it! Brockton Point. We're actually going to try for Seymour today, which is that scary mountain covered in clouds. But we made it to Brockton Point. This is really cool. Just to show you what I pack, I normally pack up my earth pack. It's a 10-liter bag full of camera equipment, water, food. The most important thing I find on trail would be some form of nuts. So I have pistachios today, which are really good, and some sort of like square. So I have sesame squares, which are seeds, and they give you really great protein. I like this brand a lot. I've been eating it for a while, and I find that it's good. And then my camera. Alright guys, so I had some break, a little bit of a break, caught my breath, ate some food, still at Brockton Point, still getting just devoured by mosquitoes and black flies, and now I'm going to try for the summit. Okay, let's try this. This is going to be the first time I've ever climbed Mount Seymour. I've gotten close snowshoeing, but this is going to be the first time. If I reach the top, this will be my first, and that's really cool.
So after you hit Brockton Point, when you're going further, you're now in backcountry. So be prepared for backcountry. Know that it's a little bit different than the trail up to Brockton Point. So you want to make sure that you have your survival gear. You want to make sure that if you're caught in an emergency situation, you have everything you need to keep yourself safe. Please don't stray from the path. It's very dangerous, especially on a misty day like this. The clouds can conceal hidden dangers, and you just want to be on the path, follow the markers to ensure your safety.
So this is the farthest I've ever been on Seymour Mountain, and I had to wait here to let my friends go up, just because I didn't have the strength to do it. I was in snowshoes. It was very difficult and hard. So now I'm back here, and it's a beautiful day to be encased in clouds, and other people are enjoying the trails as well, which is lovely to see. And now I'm going to climb to the summit, and it's actually just opened up. Oh my goodness, there's a mosquito in my ear. So yeah, it's just opened up. So let's do that. Let's climb up there. Yeah. All right, my dudes, it's a time check. 2 hours I've been hiking. Only 2 hours from the parking lot to here. It's 1 o'clock. I left at 11. It's been 2 hours. I'm going to now try for the summit of Mount Seymour. Let's hope I can get there. And let's hope I survive these damn mosquitoes.
While hiking in the backcountry at Mount Seymour, you can actually see a lot of different natural foliage. The park consists of old-growth Douglas fir trees as well as western red cedars. It covers the large majority of the landscape, and there's also secondary growth conifers as well as deciduous trees. In local Native American mythology, the power of the red cedar tree was said to be so strong that a person could receive strength simply by just resting against the tree. The western red cedar is called the Tree of Life by the Kwakwaka'wakw tribe in British Columbia, Canada. So after Brockton Point, you dip down into a little bit of a meadow, and you're walking along this area where it's got a lot of boulders, huge rock formations, and then you come up to old growth forests where you're walking right next to the old growth, and you're literally climbing the roots of these old growth trees.
My dudes, I'll be honest. This is now a really hard climb. I was doing great before, but this last bit to the summit is taking all of my mental strength to complete. It's really hard on my lungs because of the elevation. I feel like I'm getting squeezed by an anaconda every single step I take. So it's not about the climb. It's about how my body's actually functioning. And right now, my lungs, my dudes, are not used to this at all. I'll be honest. This is really hard. But we're not going to give up. Let's keep going.
While I'm climbing up to the summit, I can't help but be reminded of the Myth of Sisyphus. Published in 1942 by Albert Camus, it was published in French, Le Mythe de Sisyphus. It touches on the nature of the absurd. Based off the Greek legend of Sisyphus, Sisyphus was condemned by the gods for eternity to repetitively roll a boulder up a hill only to have it roll down again once he got to the top. Sisyphus would have to start all over again from the bottom, rolling that same boulder repetitively up the hill, and suicide was not an option, for the gods did not allow it, so he had to do this day in, day out, for all eternity. It's basically a metaphor for the individual's persistent struggle against the essential absurdity of life.
This is still hard. Of course it is. It's climbing a mountain. Like, of course it's going to be difficult. It's climbing a mountain. So, I'm almost at the summit. I don't know if I'm going to reach it or not, but we're going to see. If I have to turn back, I'm just going to let that happen. Because this is hard.
While I'm climbing, I really can't help but notice my suffering, which reminded me of the Buddha's first teachings on the Four Noble Truths, which are the truth of suffering, the cause of the suffering, the cessation of the suffering, and the path to the cessation of the suffering. We all experience suffering, and on some level we understand this, yet we resist it. There is a spectrum of suffering, and there are different kinds of suffering. And we understand this as well. But there's no easy way out. There's something always behind our suffering, something we're attached to, and something that we're kind of holding on to. So if you're able to understand what you're holding on to and what your attachment is, you can understand your suffering.
So the biggest thing in the woods is always thinking that you're running out of time when really it's only like 1:41. I've just been walking this for only 40 minutes, not even an hour. I thought it was 3 in the afternoon, and it's not even 2 yet. So yeah, we're gonna climb this mountain.
So after the meadow, you come to a complete uphill grind. You are slogging it all the way. You have to climb over boulders as well as old growth root systems, and it's really strenuous on the body as well as lungs because the elevation is getting quite high. So if you have any attachments, you literally have to shed them off, and you have to be very clear-headed to make sure that you're watching where the markers are, because you really don't want to get lost in this part of the backcountry because there are cliffs all around. So you finally pop up Alpine Meadow. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. There's a rock pile. I actually brought a beautiful rock that I found at the base of the mountain with me to come and put up on the rock pile above here. It's stunning rock that I found. It had quartz all throughout it, so I added it to the collection because we made it.
My dudes, we did it. Oh my goodness. There's snow up here. I didn't expect that at all. That was the most mentally and physically demanding thing I have done in a very long time. So I'm sorry, I am getting very emotional here. But I want to remain calm. I'm on the top of a mountain by myself, so gotta keep those emotions in check. Whew. This mountain has completely humbled me. Even more humble than I was before. I was told that I was never, ever, ever going to be able to do anything like this. And I just did it by myself. With you guys.
So after taking some time to calm myself down, because I was very emotional at that moment, it was such a brilliant experience to be on top of a mountain with my heart condition as well as my half-lung and pacemaker, and having survived a stroke, I was way too excited. So I had to calm down a little bit, and then I made my way up past the snow line.
I
And as I was making my way up to the top, the sun came out through the clouds and it just shone down, and it was such a beautiful moment. And now we're at the top of the mountain, and I can understand the sacred mountains. So sacred mountains are central to certain religions and are subjects for many legends. For many, the most symbolic aspect of a mountain is its peak, because it is believed that that is the closest to heaven or other religious worlds. And there you have it. There's a boulder right on top of the mountain, which could be Sisyphus's boulder that he continuously had to roll up to get to the top, and then the gods would strike him back down to the very bottom of the mountain, and he would have to continue on pushing that same boulder up the mountain. And I made a little chipmunk friend. There are chipmunks at the top of Mount Seymour. And there you have it, the top of Mount Seymour, encased in clouds. So unfortunately, we didn't actually get to see the view. But I climbed it and had a ton of fun and learned so much along the way. About pain, mostly.
Woo! What I learned from Mount Seymour today. Don't give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Even though you want to give up. Because seriously, that climb was really hard. But never give up. One foot in front of the other. Do it slow. Do it at your pace. Take breaks. Take your time. Be kind to yourself. Eat food. Drink water. And I'm not just talking about mountaineering. I'm talking about streaming. I'm talking about video gaming, if you want. I'm talking about art, if you want to start up a new form of art. I'm talking about learning mathematics, or learning philosophy, or learning psychology, or learning just how this beautiful, wonderful world works. Never give up. And I'll see you on your mountaintop. I'll be so happy that you got there. Because this feeling, guys, this feeling, everyone should experience at least once in their life. This is what having a heart disease looks like. This is what having a pacemaker looks like. This is what having half a lung looks like. Never stop striving, guys.
As the wind blows through the alpine meadows and along the old-growth forest's trees, I can't help but feel the same wind mold and shape me into something new that I wasn't at the bottom of the mountain.
So, well, time check is 3:11. I don't even know if you can see that. 3:11. Okay. Yeah, so time check is 3:11. 3:12 now, but 3:11. And I'm just going to be making my way down there. Woo, let's do this.
And as I was making my way down, I thought, why not go over and see the snow? Because I'm already up here, and it's not actually that far away. And I want to feel snow between my fingers in August. So I headed on over to the snow before making my way down the mountainside. And all of a sudden, the clouds completely parted, and you could see the entire mountain range behind Seymour Mountain, behind the backcountry, and it was just gorgeous. And after making a couple adorable new friends, I then started my climb down the mountain, making sure that I was very vigilant of where the markings are for the actual trail. Because like I said before, you really don't want to stray from the path, guys. You really don't want to put yourself through getting lost.
Hey my dudes! Hey guys, here I am again. My dudes! Brockton Point. I made it out of backcountry wilderness. Here we go. Oh, it's so beautiful. It opened up today. The skies are amazing. I have my hood on, protecting me from these nasty bloodsucker mosquitoes. And I made it. I have my rock in my pocket to put on the rock pile below. And yeah, let's climb down. Climbing down is a lot easier than climbing up. And time check, 4:35. So I am doing really well. And now I'm getting eaten alive, so I'm gonna keep moving down the mountain. Ow! Oh, mosquito bites are so real, guys. I just got one on my scar, and it is the most painful thing ever, 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 ever. All right, guys, we have made it down to the rock pile at the bottom. It's in memory of Tim Jones, who used to be a search and rescue guy here back in the day. And you can see his stripes right there too. And unfortunately he died, passed away 2014. Here's all the rocks to honor him. And where's my rock? Where's the rock that I brought? Here we go. Here's my rock from the very top of Seymour Mountain. And it's going right there. There you go, Tim. Another rock to your pile. And there's my rock. Hey guys, I made it down to the bottom. Let's do a time check right now. It is 5:32. So from the parking lot up and then back down, it's taken me 6.5 hours, and that's with a lot of breaks to do some filming and also catch my breath. I timed it with other people who were walking around me, and they were basically going at the same pace, a little bit faster, of course, but I kept on seeing the same people on the trail, so that was really nice. I have one more stop to go to before I go home. That's to give a rock from the summit over to a very, very dear individual who can no longer be with me in physical form, but she's always with me in spirit, so I'm gonna go and do that. And probably just gonna go and have a burger at the Raven Pub. If you haven't been there, it's really good. I highly recommend it. Don't be like me, register online, don't show up to Seymour Mountain expecting to climb without being registered or having a day pass. I didn't have a day pass, but they let me through because other people didn't show up or canceled because of the rain this morning. But don't expect to just get let through. That's not fair to the rangers. Go online, get a day pass before you come. And I just want to say a big special thank you to the rangers for actually allowing me to climb Mount Seymour today without a day pass. That was really sweet of them. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience and day. So thank you so much. So there it was, guys. That was my climb on Seymour Mountain. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys felt like you actually tagged along and got to climb it with me. Like, share, subscribe, and never be afraid to pursue the why. See you later. My dudes!